What's up, guys? It's your boy Darkskin, and today we're going to be talking about, is Meliodas going to be getting UR gear with this next update? Now, if you guys don't know how UR gear works, as far as people getting them, there's a couple of different ways that you can go about doing it. One way is when the character drops. When the character comes to the game, they will automatically get UR gear. We've seen that with Monspeed, we've seen that with, everybody. All the characters that have, came to the game as of recently, they have gotten, UR gear. So, any character that comes to the game, they'll get UR gear, whether it's, King, Escanor, or otherwise. Because if you guys don't know, King got his UR gear with Red King, I believe. Then Red Escanor got UR gear, blah, 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 blah. So, obviously, that's one way to get it. Another way is they can randomly drop it. And what I mean by randomly drop it is, if you look right here, you can see Merlin just randomly gets her UR gear, right? Even though, she didn't get, she didn't get a banner, nothing happened. She just randomly got her UR gear. But the difference is, Merlin doesn't have any other units. There's only 3 Merlins in the game, right? And those 3 Merlins that's it. There's no other Merlins. So the fact that we have all 3 Merlins in the game already, she can't have a unit drop. Same thing with Monspeed. Both Monspeeds dropped. There's no other Monspeeds. And then they randomly pick Taizu, which Taizu, there's no other Taizu. So, they can't wait for a banner. Now, the thing about Meliodas has a couple of other units that are going to be coming out, but that doesn't necessarily mean he'll get it then or later, etc. And what I mean by that is, on JP, Escanor, right? Red and green Escanor were both out. They were both out for months. Escanor was the last unit to get his UR gear before units started getting UR gears on release, right? Escanor was the very last unit. It took him, I don't know what, 5 months or some crazy number, right? It took him 4 or 5 months to get UR gear. But on global, he got it almost, very, very, very close to when it releases or comes out or whatever. Now, as far as Meliodas, we have every Meliodas in the game except for, well, these 3. So it's not every Meliodas at all. We have these 3 Meliodases. We have Halloween Meliodas, which obviously Halloween is not too far away. It's August right now. Obviously, Halloween's far away, but it's not too far away, especially compared to the other 2. Halloween Meliodas could be the Meliodas that drops where Meliodas gets UR gear. That could definitely be the case. It could also be New Year's Meliodas, which we don't even know if he's going to drop on New Year's or drop some other time or whenever, because this is New Year's Meliodas, but they did that for JP. You got to realize Global did not drop when JP dropped, so New Year's, they could do it completely different. They could do whatever. We don't know. And then obviously we have Lost Vein Meliodas, which a lot of people are speculating is going to come out at 6-month anniversary, which we have no idea about any of that. So, because 6-month anniversary is what? In a month? I believe? April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, so it's in a month, really. Yeah, so, in 6 months, we'll see if we get Lost Vein. If we don't, whatever. If we do, whatever. But, obviously, if we don't do that, we will be getting, Halloween Meliodas. They'll probably drop, if they don't drop him within the next update or so, they're probably going to drop him with Halloween Meliodas. I don't see us getting Lost Vein Meliodas for 6-month anniversary. I don't know. I just don't see it. Maybe we can, I don't know. And this Meliodas, we don't know when he's dropping in the game. But a big part, right? And I've talked about this before. A big part of them choosing who gets UR gear and who doesn't, to a certain extent, all right, to a certain degree, is you got to realize they got to balance the game, so to speak. And what I mean by that is, the first couple of units that were getting UR gear were like none of the main units, right? Merlin just got her UR gear. King got his UR gear with Red King. Escanor got his UR gear with Red Escanor. But you got to realize, thinking about Meliodas. Meliodas is a unit that can, well, the Meliodas units can excel in a lot of different areas. With Crimson Demon. Crimson Demon is the hardest raid. Red Demon Meliodas excels at it. Blue Demon Meliodas. Pin team, like regardless of, you know, Red King coming out and Valenti coming out, and whoever else, and Green Escanor getting UR gear and blah, blah, blah. Have y'all realized that we still have Pin team as a meta? Why is that? Because Pin team is the best team in the game, right? Mono Red can become the best team with RNG, but that's whatever, right? But it's like Pin team is the best team in the game. Lilia and Meliodas are just too much of a wombo combo. Like, they're a powerhouse. And that is exactly why they, you know, Meliodas is not, now they gave Lilia UR gear with her release or whatever, but you gotta realize Lilia is not the damage. Lilia is not the one going to be killing people. So that's completely fine. But as far as Meliodas, like, y'all gotta realize, man, especially Blue Demon Meliodas, he hits really hard. Even whenever you have Valenti on your team or you have Red King or whatever, he still hits really hard. So it's like, if they were to give him UR gear early, he would have just been destroying people. It's the same exact reason why they didn't give Escanor UR gear on JP for the longest time. But on Global, they gave him UR gear, and I feel like they gave him UR gear to combat Blue King. Because with Blue King getting UR gear, if you don't give UR gear to Green Escanor, Blue King's just going to run rampant, right? And when I got UR gear for Red King, you know what I'm saying? I think Escanor got his first, but it's the same thing, right? You can't give... Because that's the thing. Blue King counters Red Escanor to an extent. Green Escanor counters Blue King to an extent. It's all like a, you know, it just all goes full circle. Comes full circle. So it's like, it's literally just buffs and nerfs. Meliodas does a lot of damage, but then again, Escanor can potentially kill him very fast. So it's like you don't want to have Meliodas running around one-shotting teams with UR gear just yet, anyways. Not to mention, they realize that Lost Vein Meliodas is a character. They realize that Green Demon Meliodas is a character. A lot of people don't talk about Green Demon Meliodas, but he has the potential to be super busted, right? Green Demon Meliodas, he prevents units from using ultimate moves, or prevents their ultimate gauge from filling, right? Which, it's a petty debuff, but it's a debuff that you have to definitely take notice of, because a lot of units ult, right? This is the primary reason why Easton is running around on JP. Granted, she's stopping cleansing, so you can't cleanse, but it's like you literally partner him with someone who can stop healing, and he just becomes a monster. Partner him with Arthur, Merlin, etc. He becomes a monster. Not to mention, going on to a second skill. Second skill's an AoE card, doesn't really do much, but you can definitely build a team around him to allow him to just chain ult. And what I mean by that is, if you look at his passive, during your turn, if an enemy dies with Meliodas dealing the final blow, fills the hero's ultimate move gauge orbs by the number of ultimate move gauge orbs the enemy had. So if the enemy gets 5 orbs and you kill them with Meliodas, he literally just takes the ult. So if he kills them with 5 ult, he gets his whole ult back. I don't know, man. He just seems like he's a fun unit to use when it comes to, like, I don't know. But it's just like, between Red Demon Meliodas, Green Demon Meliodas, Blue Demon Meliodas, Lost Vein Meliodas, like, I see why they haven't given him UR gear yet. So, I mean, I don't know. I think with Final Boss Meliodas, he might get UR gear then. But if he doesn't get UR gear with this next update, he's probably just going to get UR gear, you know, whenever Halloween or whatever Meliodas drops comes out. So, anyways, that's going to be this video. Be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Comment down below. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section. With that being said, I will see you guys next time. Peace.